Hello, hello, good morning. Happy Wednesday to everybody. This is April Showers. Of course, I am sharing the news. I am sharing the news. How is everyone doing? Hi, Miss Shatika. How are you doing? Miss Shatika, can you hear me? Let me see, because the internet is supposed to be fine. Uh, Everything should be working fine. Nothing should drop today. And yes, to God be the glory. Well, you know, people are talking about Diddy and Jay-Z non-stop. Okay? They are talking about Jay-Z and Diddy non-stop. But we also have this Michael Jeffries, who is the ex-Abercrombie CEO. And he has charges similar to Diddy. You can't put certain titles in with YouTube. So he was in court yesterday. And what I want to play and let everybody know. Now, this guy has charges similar to Diddy. And he was in court Tuesday. And this is what happened.
Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries appeared in court on Long Island in his federal sex trafficking case. Jeffries and two other men have pleaded not guilty to multiple counts in what prosecutors describe as a years-long and international scheme. CBS News correspondent Tom Hansen is outside the courthouse. Tom, you were in court today. What happened?
Yeah, well, Lindsay, it was primarily a procedural hearing today with the prosecution and defense going over discovery evidence, timelines, those kinds of things. We did watch as all three defendants, CEO Mike Jeffries, Matthew Smith, and James Jacobson, walked into the courtroom stone-faced. They were wearing ankle monitors. They've been let out on bond as they await trial. But this was really their first time face-to-face with the judge that's going to preside over this case, Judge Chaudhry. Now, the prosecution laid out the scope of their evidence. That includes 140 gigabytes worth, which basically boils down to about 3,500 different pieces of evidence, ranging from travel logs, financial records, witness statements, post-arrest statements. And so this is really shaping up to be a very high-profile trial out here on Long Island, one that is highly anticipated. A lot of people are going to be watching, and it is going to be a huge amount of evidence to sift through as we await the trial date, Lindsay.
Did Jeffries say anything in court? Can you explain his demeanor?
Yeah, no, he was stone-faced and very serious, not reactive to much. He did not make a statement. In fact, none of the defendants made a statement today. So there really wasn't any kind of inkling as to how they were feeling. They were very demure in their demeanor. One thing I should note is that the defense had hoped to keep one document sealed, and that document was to determine Jeffries' competency to stand trial. Now, we asked the lawyer for CEO Mike Jeffries if he had any sort of comment about that while he walked out to the car. He basically looked through me like I didn't exist and got in the car, didn't respond, but he did reach out to CBS News afterward, and he said, I quote, "We filed a motion to determine Mr. Jeffries' competency to stand trial, which will be dealt with in court as and when appropriate, according to the judge." But I just want to keep in mind, these defendants are aging. Mike Jeffries, for instance, is 80 years old at this point, Lindsay.
I got to be quick with you. What happens next?
Yeah, well, there was no trial date set today, but the next meeting is going to be on March 13th, 2025. They're going to regroup and go through more of the terms of the trial.
Tom Hansen, thank you so much.
Check this out.
Okay. Good morning, the Bud Files. How are you doing? Can you hear me? What happens, their agent, they didn't care when they picked up Bill Cosby. They did not care. Bill Cosby was in his 80s when they picked him up. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to just let you know. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Okay. So, they're doing some work again around here. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to bring you up to date on who is Michael Jeffries, the former CEO of clothing retailer Abercrombie and Fitch. Okay? So I'm going to just give you the scoop on this guy. Okay. Give me one moment. We are going to bring you up to date on just exactly what they have this guy on. Hold on. So you will know exactly who we're talking about. There are more people other than Diddy and Jay-Z. They have some of the same similar charges. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring you up to date on exactly who this guy is that has charges similar to Diddy.
We're here today to announce the arrest and charging of 3 defendants. Former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, Michael Jeffries, Matthew Smith, and James Jacobson, on charges of sex trafficking and engaging in interstate prostitution. Powerful individuals for too long have trafficked and abused for their own sexual pleasure young people with few resources in a dream of securing a successful career in fashion or entertainment. To anyone who thinks they can exploit and coerce others by using the so-called casting couch system, this case should serve as a warning. Prepare to trade that couch for a bed in federal prison. The message from today's prosecution is clear. Sexually exploiting vulnerable human beings is a crime, and doing so by dangling dreams of a future in fashion or modeling or any other business is no different. My office and our law enforcement partners will always prioritize standing up for victims, no matter their gender and no matter how powerful the wrongdoers think they are. We will hold them to account. As we allege in the indictment, between 1992 and 2014, Michael Jeffries was the chief executive officer of Abercrombie and Fitch. Abercrombie was a widely known clothing retailer with stores around the world. Aspiring fashion models knew that a place on one of Abercrombie's iconic ads could be the ticket to success in the modeling industry. But while Jeffries was the CEO of one of the most recognizable clothing retailers in the world, he was using his power, his wealth, and his influence to traffic men for his own sexual pleasure and that of his romantic partner, Matthew Smith. So here's what's alleged in the indictment. Jeffries and Smith employed James Jacobson to act as a recruiter to find men. Jacobson engaged in, quote, tryouts with men across the world where he would typically pay them to engage in sex acts with him. Following the tryouts with Jacobson, Smith would often then personally approve whether the men who were selected would meet Jeffries and Smith. The defendants would fly the selected men to Jeffries and Smith's homes in the Hamptons, in New York City, or to hotels around the world in such places as England, France, Italy, Morocco, and St. Bart's for the purpose of attending events to engage in commercial sex. But beyond simply hiring men for sex, Jeffries, Smith, and Jacobson used force, fraud, and coercion to traffic those men for their own sexual gratification. The defendants caused the men to believe that not complying with requests for certain acts, sex acts during the events, could harm their careers. The defendants pressured the men to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants known as poppers during the sex events. And they required the presence of staff during the sexual activity and ensured that the men did not leave the sex events until Jeffries and Smith decided that the sessions were over. Additionally, the indictment alleges on more than one occasion when men did not or could not consent, Jeffries and Smith violated the bodily integrity of these men by subjecting them or continuing to subject them to invasive sexual and violent contact by body parts and other objects.
Well, put me on the naughty list. This has never happened.
Good morning, Butter Roll Boutique. So let this be a reminder that, you know, there are other people in the news other than Jay-Z, Diddy. There is Michael Jeffries. Michael Jeffries, who has similar charges to Jay-Z, the same motives. The universe, the good Lord, is tired of all of this evil that these people have been alleged. Again, this is alleged to have been done. It's all alleged. It's all alleged. But everything's coming out in the open now. And so we shall wait to see what happens with everybody that is charged. Again, along with Jay-Z, along with Diddy, there is Michael Jeffries. And there was Harvey Weinstein, and there was Epstein. Hey, Mrs. Queen, Miss Queen, I had death in my family right before Christmas. I mean, Thanksgiving. So that's why I didn't do a show. I think it was for 9 days. And so I'm back bringing you the news. And so here we have it. What I would like to do, Miss Queen, is I would like to get with you and I would like to do a show on this is the age of Aquarius, because I know you're into the astrology and the readings. So if you can give me a call, because and I've got another friend, I want to talk about this age of Aquarius where everything's supposed to come together now, everything is supposed to align. So no, I don't have your number, girl. I didn't say them numbers. I didn't say those numbers. But just remember that there are other people in the news, everybody, other than Jay-Z and Diddy. And his name is Michael Jeffries. And my number, I'm going to put it up here real fast. Then I'm going to hurry up, get you a pen and paper. Well, I know how to hang up on folks. I know how to hang up on folks. Don't nobody intimidate me. But anyway, you got it. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go have lunch. But um, again, I'm just bringing the news. I would like to talk about the age of Aquarius. I would like to talk about everything that we are seeing that's coming out now. I have my friend B Sparrow. She is back with me. And so um want to talk about all of this stuff coming to light. Are people really seeing what's going on? Are people not going to send their kids to Hollywood anymore? We can't, can't leave your kids around anybody. Where is the protection of the kids and the mentally ill? But this is April Showers. This was a quick show to let you guys know that yesterday, Michael Jeffries, who has similar charges to Diddy, was in court and he's asking for a mental evaluation to see if he is fit to stand trial. And I say he's fit just as well as Bill Cosby was fit when they came for Bill Cosby. Everybody have a great day, and y'all know I will be back with late or yesterday or breaking news or things that I want to tell my audience about. And again, for the last time, there is a gentleman by the name of Michael Jeffries who is 80 years old. 80 years old, along with two other people who has similar charges to Diddy. So Diddy and Jay-Z are not the only people that's in the spotlight. Everybody, this is April Showers, and I'm out until I come back with more news that I want to share. Thank you, everybody. Have a great, awesome day.